these golf myths are not helpful for beginners. The first myth is that you need to get some cheap ass clubs to see if you like the game. You don't know anything about the game at the moment, so you go buy some cheap ass clubs at the junk shop and you're buying clubs that are impossible to hit for your skill level for higher skilled golfers. Cheap from 25 years ago, when the modern equipment in the last 5 years makes the game so much easier. So what I like to do is get a 12-degree driver made in the last 5 to 6 years. Get myself a set of Tacoma irons. These are so well priced for a new set and perfectly great for beginners. Get a second-hand hybrid of a decent manufacturer, and then don't skimp on the putter. You're gonna go buy a cheap ass putter and it's gonna be the most difficult thing to putt with. Modern putters make it so easy with increased sweet spots, heavier heads, so you have a more stable stroke instead of this wobbly blade putter that you got from 1980s. Now when I take my driver that's been made at least in this century, it's gonna make the game so much easier. Look at the size of that head. I don't even play left-handed, I'm a right-hander. So let's see how we do. First swing, playing left-handed after a few months. Look at that, it's so much easier to get the ball in the air with something that's decent. Okay, I'm in the trees down there, but I'm not in the water. A big myth holding beginners back is having 14 clubs in the bag. You need to have the gaps correct between all your irons and your wedges. You have to have a 48, 52, 56 degree wedge. Nuh-uh. You can get by as a beginner with a 7 wood, a 7 hybrid, a 7 iron. 7 wood, 7 hybrid, 7 iron, pitching wedge, sand wedge, putter. That's all you need to get by as a beginner. That's every tool you could possibly ask for. And I'm going to play this 9 with just these clubs. Okay, let's get this back in play with a 7 iron. Hen, May? One of the great myths of golf is practice makes perfect. No, practice makes permanent. So if you don't know what you're going to practice and you just go practice that thing without correct technique, without the correct concept, you're going to ingrain something that's not going to be helpful for you. And that is one of the sticking points where you ingrain something over a long period of time. We'll get into that a little bit more in the next shot, but one of the places you can practice a lot is definitely inside 100 yards. Because inside 100 yards is where you're going to find yourself on your third shots, and sometimes when you've chunked a shot to where you've left a shot like this to the hole, about 89 yards, what do? We want to get it on the green. Oh my gosh. Wow. Now when I talk about practicing, one of the things you're going to hear is that you have to practice a lot around the green, chipping and putting exclusively. But there's a flaw in this belief that focusing just on chipping, focusing exclusively on chipping, and focusing exclusively on putting is slightly flawed, because we still need the ball in play. A big needle mover is your chipping and your putting, but the main needle mover as a beginner is a tee club that goes in play. This is the most important part of your game as a beginner, is to get the ball started in play. No slicing into water, no duffing here into the bunker or whatever in front of you. You want to just get something airborne. It can be anything. Remember, I said 7 wood, 7 hybrid, 7 iron. These are 3 great options to get the ball into play, because many people are going to talk about get distance first and then worry about direction. But this is only for kids, okay? This is only for children. So beginner adults, listen closely. Let's get direction and course management first. As you get more confidential with your swing and hitting the ball, you're going to pick up speed. You're going to hit the center of the face. That is the most important part for distance. You're going to hit it more often as you get more comfortable. As you get more comfortable hitting the center of the face, you swing it faster. Swinging it faster out the center of the face makes the ball go further. So don't listen to people telling you it's all about distance. It's all about direction to start with. But trying to figure out how to get that direction yourself is very frustrating, because you're trying to figure it out on your own. And what you end up doing is watching a YouTube video on the swing mechanics and basics, and without somebody's eye to check that you're doing the right thing, we start to believe that we can figure this game out all by ourselves, giving us plenty of time to ingrain completely incorrect ideas and concepts based on watching a video of somebody who knows that you don't understand anything, but knows you're going to click it and give them ad revenue. Be very careful. YouTube swing mechanic advice is detrimental like hell to you. stop watching it and go get yourself a lesson with a pro, because what you've read is that pros are scammers. They're going to reinvent everything about the way you swing the club. But no, they have to reinvent things. When you go and try to figure out yourself doing the wrong thing, listening to your buddies, listening to YouTube videos, implementing things wrong, ending up with the Auntie Anne's pretzel swing. When you go to a pro in the beginning, it's so easy to nail down the fundamentals of how to hit a ball. Not necessarily mechanics, but the swing concept. The concept alone can create the swing. When you feel you have to lift the ball in the air or fall back to help it up instead of crunching it into the turf, you create a swing that does that, and the pro has to reverse it. That's why going to see a pro in the beginning, if I could go back 25 years, I would go see a professional, immediately give me the grip, stance, posture, alignment, get me ready for the rest of my life. Completely different when you understand the concept of how to hit a golf ball. The big myth is that pros are scammers. They are not, if they are teaching in person. Left-handed, mother lover. Golf is the second most difficult sport behind pole vaulting. That's what you're going to hear, that golf is so difficult. I agree, it's sort of difficult, but so is every sport. When you don't know the exact moves, you don't know the concepts, once you get familiar with them after 6 months, a year, 18 months, then it becomes easier. So this whole idea to make beginners feel like this is so difficult, it comes from people who make it difficult for themselves. These are people who think they know about the swing, they refuse to go to lessons, they don't learn how to chip and putt, and they shoot 105, 97 their whole life, never getting lower than that despite having the ambition to. Now as a beginner, if you go get those fundamentals with a pro, learn how to swing a club, plus the concept, the concept of what it means to hit the ball with an iron, what it means to hit the ball with a driver, what it means to read the greens. You're going to have a foundation that makes golf seem like, what are these people talking about? What do they mean it's difficult? Believe me, now when I'm left-handed here, I know the concepts and I show them on my channel. Once you get a little better, you're going to be able to understand them a bit more and implement them. Now this is just purely feel. If I think putting is so difficult, if I think that, I'm going to putt like shit. I think putting is easy.
In the horn, in the horn, in the horn! Nice putt!
Now this stinky winky attitude toward pros and lessons, it comes from people who have done a couple things incorrect, and you need to be careful of this, player. As a beginner, you're going to get these stinky winky experienced golfers who still hack around like beginners. They never moved on. They go to a pro with a bad attitude of either trying to prove the pro wrong or go to the lesson expecting the lesson alone for 1 hour to change the direction of their golf without putting in the work after the lesson. If you go for lessons, you have to work at it and go back for another lesson, work at it. The whole myth though is that people who have this bad attitude will tell you, just practice more. Don't go to lessons until you've practiced a little bit. That is absolute bullshit. Go to the lesson first, learn the conceptualization of the game in 5 lessons, and then he's going to tell you what to work on so that when you practice and you make it permanent, you're practicing the right thing. This is a completely different thing. Switch the Uno card on these morons. Not believing this myth prevents you from going down the road of incorrectness, listening to baddies and dingleberries telling you how to play when they don't even know how to play. They're just trying to be more knowledgeable than you are. And then you have to have it reversed by the pro, which takes 10 times as long as getting it done in the beginning, mother lover. Okay, well, we topped that over the water. Easy game, girl. Come on now. Player, you've got some nice equipment, you've got a few clubs, you've got a pro telling you what to do. You're liking the game quicker than anyone else who gets crap equipment, doesn't go for lessons. Believe me, you're going to love it. Now, when you see that you love this game because you did it the correct way, how are we going to get experience? People will tell you the driving range is the best to get your strike. The driving range is great if your pros told you what to do and you work on that and you see the results, you get the feeling, but then nothing beats a golf course. But what most people tell you is that you have to go hit the local muni, you have to go hit the local whatever crap hole course, and on weekends it's slammed. You got tee time after tee time, people behind you, pushing you, making you feel bad, making you want to pick the ball up, rush. I suggest getting yourself a membership at a nice golf course. Just for a year, see if you like it, and you go in the midweek, in the early morning, or an afternoon twilight round, and you get to hit 1 or 2 more balls because you can walk onto the course anytime. These municipal courses and junk courses that you're going to play where everybody's backed up is going to hurt your game. The other option is to play an executive course, par 3s and short par 4s. These are the courses where you can learn to hit the golf ball real nice, short distances, just get a feel for the golf course, because there's no better place to learn than on different kind of grasses, ball above your feet, ball below your feet. You can ask your pro about it and he's going to fix you right up. I tell you what, you listen to me, baby, you're going to be in this game until you're 85. Okay, 7-iron, 271. Man, these Tacomos are so easy. You know what I'm saying, cats? Tacomo, super easy. Keep your head down. We've all heard it, keep your head down. But then you also hear the people, keep your head down is a myth. It's that, don't tell people that. Man, guys, this is why you go to a pro. When you read and listen to nonsense, you're going to get 2 sides of every story on the same topic. Some people are going to say that, some people are going to say that. So what do you believe? Just believe one person, your pro. Just relax. Listen to your pro. Don't read these things. This is just one example of something that you're going to see 2 sides of every story. Go watch Me and My Golf. You're going to see these guys talk about this on one side of the argument, this on the other side of the argument, as if they work. You've got to find one person that's your pro. Wow, that's not good. Ahoo!
Nice shot. Running.
You're going to see some videos online. Well, this is what scratch golf looks like, as if it's the be-all and end-all of golf. I've made a couple of these videos myself. The thing I want you to know is the myth that being a scratch golfer is the pinnacle. It sucks. Don't make your goal scratch golf, because your enjoyment in the beginning is just hitting a few nice shots around. When you get to scratch, oh boy, it comes all down to score. All down to score. When you don't score good, you feel bad. So let's start this journey for the fun of it. And then as you get better, you're going to have different goals and objectives, but always make them not score related. Make them something you're going to do during that round. This is going to really guide you, and the score will come naturally from not leaving putts short, from just hitting a shot that goes in the fairway, from laying up to your favorite distances. Any kind of thing you see on my channel, pick what works for you. Have fun, player. Have fun. You know, you're going to meet a lot of pricks in this game, but the most important part is to understand most people don't give a shit how you play. They only care that you have a great attitude, you're fun to talk to, and you cheer other people on. You don't get miserable, pouty, and throw your clubs. If you do that, no one wants to play with you. Have fun. Take joy in the moments. Take joy in other people's moments. I promise you, you're going to be in this game till you're 107.
In the horn. Very nice putting.
But check out this video over here for more beginner truths so that you can enjoy this game. Come on, I believe in you. I love you. I'm pro beginner. And if you want, whataplayergolf.com for the greatest drip of all time.